welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals or semi-finals here of the PiGosaur Cup. PiGosaur Cup number 51. It's honestly progressing quite quickly here as the games have been very fast, but now we're jumping into a best of 5 semi-finals. Here we go. This morning in the right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing his new team, T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself. It representing Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as you can get your Gamba going as we load into Ultra Love. Ultra Love has one big feature, has a ramp coming into the natural, and we have a herO embracing that ramp and going for the high ground setup here. Gauge, Cyber, Expand. We'll see if herO does go for that more. He's setting up for a more economic start. Meanwhile, we'll see if Shameless can punish that economic opener with a one base all in. Let's go. Let us go. But again, we just featured Shameless versus Bjorn, and Shameless was more than happy to embrace the new patch and go into Mass Colossus early on. Was able to, again, have a bit of a stronger showing against Bjorn, and with that, Bjorn is out of the tournament. It's okay. We have Clem in the upper half, and he should make it far here, so we should have at least some non-Protoss representation in the semifinals. We'll get there. We'll get there. For now, though, two-gate opener out of Shameless. Meanwhile, we have the Gauge, Cyber, Expand out of herO. We are opening up. Shameless is going for a proxy. Based on its location, it looks like a Stargate. Looks like a proxy Stargate, but we'll see if we commit to anything more sinister. Okay, there it is. Stargate has been thrown down. This should be to deal economic damage across the map, to get into mineral lines, to get some probe damage, while Shameless does eventually expand. So Shameless building up in towards the mid game as well, but there's a lot of pressure on this Stargate to find some damage. If it doesn't, then Shameless will fall behind. Just because herO has such a fast expansion in comparison. So the pressure is on Shameless. Pressure is on. Also, if this ends early, do we stream? Do we? I'm definitely tempted. I do have some other things to get done today, though, is the issue. It would be nice to have some breakfast as well. True. Ooh, as the proxy gets scouted, here he does find the proxy, does get eyes on the Stargate. herO is aware. And now this Oracle shouldn't get damage done. Shield batteries are on the way. We should be getting one. Yep, one in each mineral line. And Shameless is falling behind. He's falling behind here. We did try to emphasize that Shameless, with this proxy, he has to get damage done. Otherwise, it's just not worth it. The Oracle's moving out. Here he will zone. Out zone, the Oracle doesn't really get in. Oh, going for the stasis. Stasis is going to be denied. But here he will hold. Here he holds, he defends, and look at the worker disparity, by the way. Just to emphasize how far behind Shameless is, herO's on 37 probes, by the way. He's on full 2-base saturation. Shameless on 23. He's on 23 workers here. He's going to be losing. Oh, thankfully he doesn't lose control of the natural, but he has to go all in. Yeah, 2 more gates. This has to be a 2-base all in out of Shameless. Macroing out of this is not going to be possible. Shameless, he has almost half the 24, 26 to 40 probes. That's crazy. With the 4-gate setup here, we can throw down a 5th gateway, maybe even a proxy gateway, and just commit. Again, the pressure is on Shameless. here behind this, he's going to be getting up to 4 gates himself, so he's going to have an equivalent production. Oof. We'll take a stasis in the face. You're attempting to expand. Does attempt. Shameless does pull away. And here he is pushing. Shameless behind this. He doesn't really have much of an army. He's got 6 Stalkers against 11. Again, it just shows how brutal the early game was. Blink is now done, and here he can just go for the kill. Yeah, he can go for the throat. Blink's away, boys are being pulled, the boys will be cannot afford to lose. Blink is now done for Shameless. But it does cost him half the mineral line. At the same time, Shameless is going to be shading into the mineral line as well, getting into the natural. Probes are going to be going down, but Shameless will lose control of the natural base. So many probe kills, and now we just go straight for the main army. Okay, can't go in. Oh, very nice stasis. Okay. Stasis goes up for GG. GG gets cool. That's all there really was. And herO will take a lead in the series. Takes game number 1. GG. Here he does take a lead. And with that, herO, he is up in the series. Again, just a really rough start for Shameless. Winding it back, remember, Shameless went for a proxy Stargate. It did 0 damage. Essentially, it did almost 0 damage. We saw that Shameless, he just wasn't quite able to deal much. He was able to get 3 probe kills, and he fell far, far behind with that GG. With that GG, well played. Oh. herO does take a lead. And we'll see if Shameless can recover coming into game 2. Let's go. Let us go. Meanwhile, we just got an update. Clem did just take down Mixu 2-0, and Clem is up against Creator in the semifinals. Of course, we will stick to this series. We got the boys, happy we got them. Spawning in the bottom hand corner of ley lines, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing T1, leading the series 1-0. It is herO. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. Here we go. From here, herO going for his own 2-gate opener. So 2-gate openers all around, 2-gate opener out of Shameless, 2-gate opener out of herO. Last game, if you remember, herO, he went for a greedier build because of the ramp coming into the natural. That is not a factor here on ley lines. Not a factor. herO going forward looks to be a fake proxy pylon. Playing some mind games. And the hope, the goal for herO would be to force an overreaction out of Shameless. There's that pylon. Now, my assumption is that it's going to be a fake out, but this location would not be a bad location for a proxy Stargate opener. So we'll see if he can miss into the Stargate. Cybercore is still on the way. The pylon, sorry, the probe does stick around. herO, he has potential. Ooh, the probe does get away. Goes down, and there it is. There's the Stargate. So proxy Stargate out of herO. Now, I should also emphasize. No, Shameless, he reroutes. He does reroute. No, he was about to scout. He was about to, and he does change his scouting pattern. Instead, heading down here towards the center, then into top side, and he will miss the proxy just barely. No, he changed it again. Good. So really unfortunate, and a big misread here by Shameless. Shameless going for the Robo. The Robo is indicative that Shameless believes it's a one-base all-in. Again, herO, he did go for a pylon on the map. Shameless doesn't know what is being proxied though, and now he will confirm. Thankfully, towards the end, he does reroute, and he does confirm the Stargate. He knows, he sees, and the pressure is now on Shameless. How does he really make this build work? Now, he can turn this into a one-base all-in. True. He can throw down a third gateway, make a prism, go across the map. He can still make use of this. Otherwise, he may just try to expand. We'll see. At least he's got, so at least he's aware. herO does have the faster expansion. And here comes the War Prism. War Prism is on the way. Oracle's moving in. herO, he has yet to confirm the tech, but he should be able to with the Oracle. And that's shade into the mineral line. No target firing though. And no target firing. Bit of miscontrol there by herO. Shameless does defend. herO, he scouts the Robo, and back at home, shield batteries. Instantly, shield batteries are on the way. Defensive Robo as well. I will say that this defensive Robo is a little bit late for herO. That's partially because herO didn't really know what he was up against. And Shameless, it looks like he wants to expand. Okay, he will not go for a one-base all-in. herO goes back into the main. He has a second Oracle. He can one-shots. And then he does. 5 probe kills. herO crippling the economy. And Shameless, we got to get across the map. Dropping into the main. Does attempt to drop in. Oh, herO cancels. Oh, herO, he does cancel the natural. Does not try to hold on. herO going for a third gateway. He himself is turning this into a one-base all-in instead. Okay, the mind games. Remember, herO, he was the first to expand, but now herO getting out of that. After seeing that his opponent is expanding. Again, nice juggling. Does get one of the sentries. Sentry goes down. As herO does actually eventually take his own base as well. We're in a really weird game state where herO was doing a lot of economic damage. He cancelled his natural, but now is re-expanding. He does have a third gateway. He has potential to move out, but looks like herO is building up into the mid game. Twilight Council. Twilight Council's on the way. That's indicative of an upgrade. So herO is going to just stay back at home, build up on 2 bases. The game is slowing down. Okay, the game will slow down. Shameless, he shouldn't lose the Immortals. Thankfully, there is no blink. herO coming in with the interception, though. Okay. Here he tries to read the movements. Oh. Speaking of the Adept, the Prism does hug the edge. Does get away. Here it does hug the edge. Shameless taking his own third base. And we'll see what Hero can get done. With good enough control, he can maybe break through. Maybe. Does get a Stalker. Okay, good start. Item supplies are still quite close. Of course, Shameless, he will soon have a shield battery. Battery's almost done. Shameless collapsing in. Does barely get both of the Oracles. Oracles do go down. Here, he's running out of steam a little bit here. Brutal Force Fields, the Immortals, they do nothing. But Shameless, he's zoned away. He's zoned away from his own third base. Does blink in, goes to the Immortal, gets one. One Immortal goes down. Shameless, he gets punished for the blink. But here he's running out of units here. Does get the second Immortal. We have the defender's advantage. Shameless, he's diving in. He can blink. He can go for it. Oh, it doesn't chase. Oh, barely does. Does try to take down one of the Immortals. Stasis goes off, but again, better fights for Shameless. Hero did overextend, and Shameless will kill everything. He'll kill everything, gets the Immortal, gets a Prism. Hero goes to the dive, but it will cost him so many Stalkers. GG gets called. Shameless will tie things up 1-1. GG. GG, well played. Again, a really awkward game is what I will say. It was really awkward. We saw that initially Hero went for the proxy Stargate, got scouted, Hero expanded, Hero saw the Robo. It looked like Hero thought that Shameless was all-inning. That's why Hero cancelled his natural, but it wasn't an all-in. Shameless, he stayed on 2 gateways. 2 gateways with the Robo, he expanded instead, and with that, Shameless, he got a better economy. He was able to get into a better economy. Hero, he was in an awkward game stage. He decided to go for the move out, the all-in, but didn't really have as much to work with. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very uncomfortable game there in game number 2. And now we're getting into game 3. Let's go. Here we go. Are you dropping frames? Oh. On my side, it looks like my frames are good. Frames are good. Oh, my apologies. I think my camera my camera died. Okay. So if you saw some dropping frames, the frames were frozen as my camera is no longer working. Oh. So yeah, it's just my camera. My camera's frozen. I don't know if I can fix that midstream. Hold on. I got you. For now, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team 1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. For Team Little Fairy, it is Shameless. I one moment. I gotta unplug and replug my webcam. Oh, hold on. Okay. Hopefully I didn't break everything. Hold on. Let's see if it worked. Do apologize. Okay. Bam! We're back. Yeah, we're beautiful. As for now, we're going to be settling in 2-gate opener, 2-gate opener out of herO, likewise a 2-gate opener out of Shameless. This time, no proxy. This time, there's no proxy, there's no probe out on the map, there's no probe to be found, so there is no setup for any shenanigans. This time, there's not going to be any attempted setup, any fake outs, or any real proxy. herO goes for a Stargate opener, Shameless opens up 2 gateway, skips the second unit, and goes straight for the expansion. Greedy build here by Shameless, but checking herO's vision, 0 probe scout. Ooh, herO, he does not check, he does not scout, he does not know how greedy Shameless is being. Meanwhile, Shameless, with his hallucination, will be able to confirm the setup of herO does move out across the map. Here we go. But again, do apologize. Also, yeah, it's all good, it's all good. I see in the chat, is this with the patch active? Well, the patch is live on all servers, so the patch is now, I guess there is no patch, right? It's just base game. But that was as of around 5 hours ago, like 4 to 5 hours. Oh no! As herO does shade into the main, it up say 1-shot probes. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 probes gonna be going down, but yes, the patch is now live. I guess we might reiterate this a couple of times. I guess it's a little bit less impactful here in this matchup, but the biggest concern with the patch being live, for those that weren't here previously, is that the patch that is live currently in the game is different to what was on the PTR. It looks like there were changes added, there were amendments made to the PTR patch, or to the game itself, but it was never tested, right? So there's a bunch of changes that are live in the game that were never tested on the PTR, these changes are pretty big. Like, they have some pretty massive ramifications, especially in PvT. So that is the big concern. Now, the hopium in me is that the concern doesn't really matter as much if Blizzard, if they're going to be like bug fixing or amending the patch faster as well, right? Like, they were this fast to add, you know, PTR changes and to push the patch live. Are they going to be fast to like have like an update to the patch as well, or not? Or do they just leave it alone? It's hard to say. Hard to say which would happen. Meanwhile, double Oracle into the main base, taking 1-shot probes, and so far 6 probes going to be going down. Very nice damage done here by herO, and with that herO, he will take an economic lead. Remember, herO, he went for a Stargate first into a delayed expansion. It was more important that herO would find damage, and he did. herO, he did get some 6 probe kills with that. herO, he does take the worker lead. Behind this, going for a proxy pylon to reinforce across the map. How many gateways do we have back at home? Going into Blink, we have 3 gateways, and this could be the beginning of a 4th gateway into a 2-base all-in. There it is. Oh, Shameless, he sees! Shameless, big scout here. He's aware of the proxy. Shameless going into a very greedy build. 2-gate Blink into a 3rd. Insane greed out of Shameless, and right now he's distracted. Yeah, Shameless is distracted by the oracles. He does shut them down. Then there's a cancellation. Yeah, he does cancel. Again, Shameless so greedy. herO's moving out. And we'll see if herO can get this up and running. Warpins are finishing. herO moves in, gets a sentry, gets 1. Gets 1, gets 2. Don't know what in the patch messes with PvC particularly. The Ghost. If you weren't here earlier, if you weren't here for Shameless versus Byan, the Ghost being a light unit does impact the strength of Colossus in PvT, because now Colossus require less swipes to kill Ghosts. Ghosts are a little more vulnerable, specifically against Colossus-based compositions, or just because of light tag, of course. We saw that earlier. Byan was blindly, like, doing what he usually does, and he was going into early Ghost, and he was shut down hard by Shameless, opening up Colossus instead. Like, Shameless adapted really fast to the patch, which is part of why Byan struggled. So I do recommend the VODs if you missed out. I do recommend it. As herO does pull away. herO, he does have momentum. Behind this Dark Shrine on the way for Shameless. DTs would be always a hold. Can he survive until DTs? So far, Shield Warriors are putting in a lot of work. Shameless, he's holding on. Behind this herO, 0 detection. He does have the Stargate. He can chrono out an Oracle. But not the best form of detection here. herO still warping in. Dark Shrine is done. Proxy Pylon across the map. It's not ready yet. No, Shameless, can he survive? The Stalkers are going down. Down to 4 Stalkers. Yeah, down to 4. herO does pull away. And diving on the Stalkers. And herO, he's just going to overwhelm. He's just going to overwhelm the army. DTs are waddling in. They have potential, but at the same time, this army is not being stopped. We need some defensive DTs. We need them defensively. Oh. Diving in. Yeah, there's a defensive DT. Probe's going to be going down. We have a DT in every single mineral line. We have the Oracle being chronoed. But Shameless, can he win here? Can he kill everything? Can he do enough damage? Remember, the Oracle just has a Revelation. Likewise, Energy Overcharge does provide less energy as well. True. So the Oracle is less effective to provide detection. Shameless, he defends back at home. He's going for the pylon. Ah, he's going for it. Ah, he won't get it in time. Barely not. It was close though. Oof. You want one more second. There's Revelation. DTs are still going ham. Still getting more damage done. Second Revelation. Second Revelation. Meanwhile, we have more Dark Templar. Again, Oracles, like their energy is finite. Shameless, can he do it, man? Can he do it? The DTs are coming. They're back. There's still only one Oracle. Ah, the Oracle dies. Wasting energy. The Oracle goes down. The Oracle falls. GG gets caught. 0 detection. And Shameless, he does survive. He does get into DTs. And Shameless, he will take a lead in the series. GG, well played. Again, when it comes to the new patch, when it comes to the new base game that we have here, energy is a little more limited here to the Oracles, I mean to units in general, because of the nerf to energy overcharge, so less Revelations. I mean, even if we had more energy regardless, herO did lose the Oracle, right? He did lose the Oracle there, was sniped and had nothing behind it. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into our next game, and Shameless does take a 2-1 lead. GG. Oh. GG. Max Fax would have held Cohobium, baby, Cohobium. I think the Light Ghost is supposed to make it more easily counterable towards the Bailing. No one is denying that. The reality is that it also has ramifications in PvT as well, specifically with Colossus-based composition and Colossus-based armies. Which is something that we've already seen today. As here, so there are other ramifications to a change like that. Likewise, lower supply ghosts also means more ghosts are going to be a thing as well. Getting to higher ghost armies, that will be impactful in both matchups, also in TVZ and in TVP. But here we go, we're getting into our next game and spawning in the top left-hand corner of... Also, when it comes to the new patch, it's live. They actually did change the Disruptor and the High Templar, more so than what was on the PTR. So like, there's a bunch of different changes that were pushed live that were not a part of the PTR. But here we go, we're getting into our next game and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss down in the series, and we'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. For T1, it is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Red Protoss player. The Red Protoss himself representing Little Fairy. It is a Shameless. Here we go. Yes, for those that are curious how the live patch is different from the PTR patch, the radius, the size of storms was reduced. So the size is not as big as it was in the PTR. The size of the Disruptor, the Purification Nova, was reduced, and now it has a shorter cooldown instead. There are some other changes, specifically for the Storm. But yeah, that's obviously my biggest criticism is that that a bunch of changes were made without any testing. for some reason. SMH my head. But again, as I mentioned before, like, it matters less if there's no testing being done on it, but if they are willing to, like, have an amendment patch, right? Have like a 5.0 points, like 15A or B or something, right? And I mean, they're going to anyway, right? It's like, for those that are unaware, there are a couple of bugs in the game in regards to the Nova skin, in regards to the ghosts. So like, there's going to be a bug fix patch anyway. But whether or not they're willing to adjust like the core changes that they've already made is yet to be determined. Sure. Oh yes, true. The cast range was reduced as well for Storm. I feel like that usually happens. That is not true. That did not happen last patch. Oh, let's go! As here he does open up 2 gate, both players do, so standard openers into the gold expansion. herO! Okay. He's getting frisky, Pat. Getting frisky. As here he does pick up the first Stalker. Here, Shameless picks up the first Stalker. He does have the lead here, does have the advantage. Picks up every single Stalker. herO, he has to get the hell out of here. And even then, big loss for herO. He will lose map control. But the question is, does Shameless have the wherewithal to check the gold? If he would, he could shut it down. He could just completely shut it down. But now does have a proxy across the map. How many gateways? We're getting up to a Robo, still a 2-gate setup. Shameless does move out. And he's pushing. Yeah, he's just going for it. And this might just be game, by the way. This might just be game. Takes down the final Stalker. Shameless, keep going. There's nothing here. For all he knows, there could be a Robo, right? There could be a Robo on the high ground, so he's not aware of the tech, but you just walk up the ramp. You can do it. There's nothing. Keep going. There's the recall. Shameless respecting herO a little bit too much here. Obviously, there's a force field on the ramp, but there's nothing to punish. There's only 1 unit. Nah, your recall's home. Shameless. Ah. Your recall's back home. Now, again, Shameless, does he realize that something is wrong? Does he check the gold? Does he check, Pappy? herO jet lag from Paris. herO, he played a tournament last night. Like 2 hours after he landed from Paris. So I mean, he was not jet lag. He won. I do recommend it. We did host a big invitational with herO last night. Really good games, really good matches. He slept too much, Pappy. True. Slept too much. And herO, he does get away with the gold. Oof. So herO, he could have just died, by the way. Like the game could have been over then and there. But herO, he recalls, he saturates the gold base, is getting up and running, and Shameless does not know. Doesn't know what's happening. Shameless. Papi. Por favor, Shameless. Por favor. So far, 3, 4, 5 pro kills. Getting up to 6. Nice damage here. Full Stalkers taking, of course, 1-shot probes. Stalkers, they move away. But for those that want to check out new maps, we did host the Tuna Cup monthly finals last night. And we had purely TLMC 21 maps, which was amazing. Honestly, really fun games, really fun matches. So if you want to check out those new maps, check out the VODs. Yeah, as herO, he's now going into charge, going to a mass gateway explosion. Shameless, he's now going to check. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. Yeah, he will check, he will confirm. And now he realizes what's been happening. It's like, oh no, how long has this been up and running? Shameless. Lead out the Adepts. Shameless, now he's pushing. He has to try to punish. Can he? As he does focus on the Immortal. Does focus it down. From here, moving in. Oh. Down goes the Prism. Shameless pushing forward. Yeah, and he may have just taken too long here. There's no Prism, there's no way to micro these units. The Immortal's gonna go down. There's no Blink either. GG, GG gets called, and herO, he will overwhelm. He gets away with the gold expansion. And we are going to the ace match. GG. Ay, ay, ay. GG, well played. We're getting into game 5. Again, Shameless, he had so much potential. He had momentum. He moved out across the map. He could have potentially ended the game then and there, but alas, herO, he got away with it. He got away with it, man. He got away with the goal base. GG. GG, well played. We're going all the way to the ace match, and this can still go either way, to be honest. This can still go either way. We'll see how this story ends. Let's go. Let us go. Maybe you can say these weren't big or substantive changes. I think I would argue that for sure. In regards to the model changes. And the removal of the Thor change. Like, these are, I would say, pretty big. Like, in regards to, like, the Ghost change, in regards to the Disruptor, the Storm changes. But as I said, I guess I should reiterate, it's like, when it comes to those changes, it matters less if we're going to be seeing some, like, quote-unquote, like, amendment patches, right? So we are getting into our next game. As we're finding a way into the ace match. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Hello, Esther Doctor. I'm Esther Doctor. I want to see the new Broodlord so bad. I think there's a higher chance of seeing that in late game ZVP. The problem is that there's a very high chance that we're just not going to see it. Like, even in tournaments with Zerg players. The problem right now is that the current meta in ZVP is Zerg players all in, right? Every Zerg player all ins except for Serral, basically. And even then, Serral's still hyper aggressive in the mid game. So games that either the Zerg player kills a Protoss or they die trying. That's basically been the meta for the past couple of months, if not like 6 months. So I don't really see that happening anytime soon. But maybe. I do hope to see. Would hope to see. And you can definitely argue that with the new change to the Microbial Shroud, that would probably be like the next stepping stone. I say that it's gonna be less. It's not gonna be as impactful against Protoss, but at least against Terran, because right now the meta is also less all in, but it's like rush into ultra, right? It's ultra rush to end the game, and the transition point from that, if you're unable to, would probably be Microbial Shroud. But I do hope to see the new Broodlord at some point. Clemspad Spanned Widowmines versus Mixu. That's good. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the change necessarily what it does. At least the phrasing for me was kind of weird, right? Like the patch note changes for the Widowmine is Drilling Claw's effectiveness increased. So so I guess it burrows faster, I guess, right? Yeah. So the word effectiveness is really weird verbiage in the patch notes. I was like, what? What are you saying? But I guess it just burrows faster. It's like the Widowmine is more effective by 0.3%. It's like, what does that mean? What are you talking about? Or 0.3, I should say. But here we go. We're getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we do have the South Green Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss, Rosane T1, tying up the series and forcing the ace match. It is a herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, burst speed. Yeah, it's burst speed, but it's just the phrasing was kind of weird. In the top right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player for Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. I had to double check the stream name to see if this was SEL based off of that config. Oh no. Not StarCraft Evolution. Yeah, the SE Evo guys, they have a lot of work to do as well, because they were working on a patch. They work on their own patch for the game, but now that the base game just got updated, like they have to scrap it basically. Like they have to like scrap their changes, and they have to like wait and see where the meta lands with the new like SE2 units, and then like readjust and patch again. So not envious of the SE boys, the SE Evo boys. As here he's going for the proxy, going for the one base all in. So this is a prime location for a proxy robo, dead set in the center of the map, and it's going to be all or nothing for herO. Meanwhile, Shameless, he scouts. Shameless, he's aware that the pylon is missing, so he knows that something is wrong. Does Shameless hard counter with a robo, or does he take a risk and go for a Stargate? What's the plan? What are we going for? No shot, he expands. No shot. Shameless, he is scouting, he's looking for the proxy, he's checking the more standard location, which is here at the gold base. Again, it is more common to proxy here at the gold on one side or the other, to proxy a Stargate on the right hand side. A proxy in the dead center is often not seen, so later scout, he goes with the Stargate. Okay, so Stargate openers, it's very difficult to defend. I don't want to say it's impossible, but it is much more difficult here than say a robo, for example. At least it's not a Nexus. With this Shameless, he can make an Oracle and try to force supply back at home. He can go for a Phoenix. The Phoenixes honestly have a really strong role here, as they can zone away the Prism and potentially lift up the Immortal. So Phoenixes that have their own place. But we'll see as the proxy is confirmed. He knows. Yeah, Shameless, he's aware. He will lose the first Stalker. Phoenix is on the way. As you mentioned, like the Phoenix does have its role here. As the Stalker does fall. Need those Phoenixes. Pylon does fall, going for the other. Phoenix comes in, does go for the lift. And can he focus out the Immortal? Yeah, the Phoenix is about to run out of energy. The Immortal is going to go down, but FC busts into the middle line. They go for the middle line, probes are falling. But not bad, does get the first Immortal though. That's still going to be 8, 9 probes going down. Prism is exposed, no Stalkers. Prism should go down. Up! Oh, he's going for it. Does go for the dive. And Shameless, can he hold on? There's no Prism, there's no Immortal, but they keep shading into the main base. Pulling Shameless apart. herO, he's going for the Artosis Pylon. And that's all the production. That's all the production. gateways get depowered. There's one Stargate left. Stargate is still powered. Phoenix is trying to catch reinforcements. Now, can Shameless pick off that War Prism once again? Now would not be the time to harass a KK. Turning back around. Phoenix turns back. Drop into the main. Does work with some zealots. Here we're getting a little bit desperate. Get the circle with those Phoenixes. Island goes down again. Does go for the lift. Okay. Yeah, does go for the lift. Stalkers do nothing. The prism is going to be going down. Does fall. Shameless, can he hold? He's got another lift in him. What a mass. Does go for it. It barely gets one more. Barely gets one more. Boys are being pulled. Shameless, can he hold on? Down to 4 Stalkers. Up against 6, but they're very low HP. There's the NG overcharge. Yeah, clutch overcharge out of Shameless. He has to repower those gateways. Again, here he's got 6 Stalkers against 4. He's got 2 sentries with force fields. So does Shameless. He's trying to catch the Prism. Prism taking some hits. Oh no! He gets baited in. Phoenix is baited. Here is still 1 base. We have some dead supply here. I just realized. herO. Okay, so he's gonna save them. Does bring him in. Now, with those extra Stalkers, he should have enough. Like, here, he should have enough here. Shameless has been losing so many workers. He's been, unfortunately, unable to warp in as well. Has had limited production. And here, he has double the army supply. We just saw hallucination. No force field. Yeah, no force field. GG gets called, and with that, herO, he will take the series 3-2. He will advance on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played, congratulations. herO, he will claim the series, and with that, my condolences to Shameless. Shameless, he had a really strong performance though. He was able to force the ace match and even beat Bjorn before this, so really impressive play there by Shameless, but herO, he will claim it, and with that, we're getting into the finals? Potentially. Let's find out. Let us switch our scenes over and catch up on the brackets. Here we go. So herO, he does advance on, and Clem also advanced on as well. So we do have our confirmed finalists. It's going to be herO versus Clem in a best of 5. Let's go.